Hi, it is now July 13th. I uploaded the other video a few days ago, and ever since that I haven't read much. Now, I want to do these vlogs like a weekly thing, but given the fact that I don't read much, there's not much to update on. However, I have finished The Testing by Joël Charbonneau. This was okay, I gave it 3 stars. It's, towards the end it was kind of Hunger Games inspired, because they were in a big maze and had to find a way out, and there were people there, other candidates, animals, and they had to fight for their lives basically. And turns out that some people were not who we thought they were. But yeah, this 3 stars. This kind of for my 400 to 499 page book, right? And then I put into a sci-fi for the fantasy sub-genre challenge. I'm now on page 242 of Lightlock by Alex Astor. This is a library book, as you can probably see. Today is Sunday, and I have to return the book on Tuesday, so I figured read this. I still have the what's it called? She's Not Dead? No, what's it called? The one that I got on NetGalley. I still have to read that one. And on Libby, I have the last book in the Hades and Persephone series that I also have to read and give back to Libby at one point. This is the physical book. Alright, the Libby one, that's okay, if I don't get to it in time, I can just put it on hold again, right? But this one, I figured I have it in physical form. Read it. So far I will like it. I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but I'm curious to see, will she, like Isla or Isla? I'm doing an immersive read, right? If I feel like reading the book, I read the book. If I feel like the audiobook, I'll listen to the audiobook. Will she pick one of the guys? Like, will she pick Oro, or would you pick Grimm? Like, what's going on? And I'm also curious to see, because this is the first book in a trilogy, what more can happen? Because they're all, like, they're in the Centennial right now, and they have to fight, one ruler has to die, and one realm has to be completely destroyed and extinguished for the others to live and have their curse lifted. Like, how? 2 more additional books. How? But yeah, this will count for my 2022 book and for the series Staircase, because this is a trilogy. I have to read this one and then 2 more, then I'm done with the trilogy. Then I still have to read a standalone, a duology, and a series with 4 and plus books. It's a lot, and it's like the 2nd week of July now, okay, so we're doing well. For Miss of Avalon, I have not read a single thing. Hi, welcome back. It is now July 15th. Yes, it has been a few days. There was just not that much to update on, but I finished Lightlock, which I will put here. You've seen the cover before, and I gave it 4.5 stars because I really liked it, and I'm happy that I like it, because that will be my trilogy for the series Staircase. I really enjoyed it, and I loved the plot twists in it. There's not only one, there are a couple of plot twists, and I'm curious to see how it will continue, right? What happens? Will it be Oro, or will it be Grimm? I don't know. And then I have continued, or finally started, A Touch of Chaos, which is the last book in the Hades and Persephone series. I think it's the 7th overall, but the 4th one in this series. So you have the Hades and Persephone series, and you have the series, the Hades series, that's from Hades' POV. But they kind of go together, right? You read the Persephone one first, then the Hades one, Persephone, Hades, and so on. So it is the last book in the series, and I'm super excited that everything is coming together, and there's literally a touch of chaos. Just so much going on, so many people. My favorites are still Hermes and Apollo, and also Hades, because Hades, he's the daddy death, okay? I think I'm like 42% in already. I went to the library today and I could not, for the love of God, find a parking spot. Literally, I drove around for like almost an hour to find a parking spot, and then it was so far we had to walk 10 minutes and then back 10 minutes, and then while in the library I also had the audiobook on. I missed with progress, so almost halfway done with that one. Still, I love it. It's great. It's a very good series, in my opinion. I love it. So then, like I said, I went to the library. I have 3 books here, which is not helping my case of, for every book that I read, I can buy a new one. Let me just write these down. This month, I got 8 additional books thus far. We're July 15th. And I've read 8 books, so technically I could not buy a new one, but I'm sure that I will finish a few books before the end of the month. So the first one that I got from the library is this one here, Korean mythology. So all the myths and mythology. Well, maybe not all of it. I'm sure there's more, but with illustrations in. It's a cute thin book. I might use this for a white cover or pink. No sure, but I'm supposed to. I'll maybe use it for the Asian, like the continents. Maybe no wait. I put something else in there for Asian. I'm not sure. like I said, I will not only buy and get books just for HRCYED, but you know, if I can put this in somewhere, probably for the white cover, then I will. Or maybe for the the spiritual, like, what was it, like the ghosts and the witches and the fae folk and, you know, maybe creatures, whatever. Then of course I got the second book in the Light Luck series, so there's Nightbane. They do not have the third one at my library, so I might have to get it somewhere else, but yeah, Nightbane. Really excited to continue with, you know, the books. I don't know if I will read it this month, maybe in the beginning of the next month, because I want something in between, but I also want to finish the trilogy. We'll see. Got this one, and then the biggest, the chunkiest, House of Leaves. Now this is the German version, Das Haus, by Mark Z. Danielewski. I'm super intrigued by this. I've heard so many good things. It's very spooky and just like giving you the ick in a good way. And it's written also in a very curious way. Like, can you see this? Right? Pictures and all. I'm intrigued. I want to know what this is about. I don't know if this is much fantasy, but this might go in for fantasy / horror. So another subgenre done. Because this is over 700 pages. And that would work for the 700 pages. 700 plus pages prompt. But I already have Miss of Avalon on there. So I started that already. Right? So I will continue with it. Yeah, I don't know what this will count as. So that was the update. I finished one book. I'm almost halfway done with another audiobook, and then I got 3 new ones. Which also means, like I said, I cannot buy a new book thus far in the month. I need to make some progress, right? I might use this one as a palette cleanser, because this only has 129 pages. And a lot of these stories and myths, oh god, that's hot, English hot, myths have illustrations. Obviously I could just end this video right here and be like, oh yeah, another week done. But I feel like it's not enough progress, so we'll continue to read. Maybe I'll get to you when I'm done with the Hades one, because the Hades one counts for 2024 release, right? I think. Well, Nightbane came out 2023. I'm gonna put this into the 2023 one and into the stickers. I hope you have a good time. I hope you're enjoying the book that you're currently reading or listening to. And I'll see you in the next update. Let's go. Okay, so I figured we could pick my new book with me, and I have them in stacks like this, right? And one over here. Now this is the priority list, right? Like library books and book club books and whatnot. Okay, let's see. Let me get my phone out, and then we count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the library ones is 7. So let's pick a number between 1 and 7.
A random number between 1 and 7 is 3.
Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3. This stack over here. Let me get this down. I think this was a bit of a mistake, because look at what is on there. The Campaigns of Alexander, the Traumknüpfer. I mean, look at this chunky one. Avana by J. Chris of Akotar, of course. Scythe, of course. Place of Greater Safety, of course, and Robin Hood. Like what? Some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again. Pick a number between 1 and 7.
A random number between 1 and 7 is 5.
Okay, so 5. We can either do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think. Looking at the chunkiness. Look at the fact I have a post-it note on here already for HRCYED. We're going to do Nevernight. Nevernight by J. Christoph. This will count for the 2017 book, obviously. And then maybe the white cover? Hi, it is now July 23rd. 2 days before my birthday, by the way, and I have some reading updates. I didn't film anything because I just didn't feel like it. There's a lot going on in my private life right now. I was not in the right headspace to film anything, but I did read a bit, and I had some audiobooks and some books that I started in June, I think. Some brand new books, some thin books, some old TBR books, an audiobook. Let's just get started. So the first one that I have here, and I have post-it notes on you know what I used it for. So I used this one for the teal cover and for the fantasy subgenre of time travel, right? Because this is the Illuminated version by The Last Hour Between Worlds, and it's purple. I think the original one, I don't know what the original one looks like, but this is teal. Did I say purple? Teal. Right, I mean, this color is teal. It does count for me. So basically this is time travel, but all within the same hour. You just travel through different echoes. Right, you start at prime, then you go down echoes, but it's always the same hour. I either start this in June or early July. No, I think June, because I want to be done with this before HRCYED started. It was okay, like I said, it was always the same hour repeated. I think I would have loved it more if it was actual time travel, and even if it's just like 2 days into the future or into the past. There was a huge party going on and people get killed, and our main character here, Campbell, she needs to find out what is going on, because she's apparently the only one who's remembered things, because whenever you go down an echo and, you know, whenever you travel through time, you forget what happened. And it's always the same reenactment. You know, like Groundhog Day. She needs to find allies and, you know, figure out what the hell's going on, and it's just a game and who's bad it, and blah. It was okay. I will probably keep it because, you know, I read it while a lot of other things were going on in my life, so I think I want to keep it for that purpose only. But if I just read it for fun, I mean, reading was always fun, but, you know, if there was nothing else going on in my life right now, I'll probably get rid of it. I read this one. $599. This came out this month, July 1st, I think. So I read this within a day and within the release month. I don't know what I put this in for. I don't think I put this into anything. I just read it for fun. Like, this is not a HRCYED book. Then, post-it note here, I read the last book in the Hades and Persephone series, A Touch of Chaos. The 7th book overall, but the 4th one in the Hades and Persephone one. That's the whole story. I need to have a talk with Scarlett St. Clair, because what the hell? What? There was so much going on. And spoiler, one of my favorite characters gets killed. Just... What do you mean? What do you mean? Why? I think it was like a great finale to the whole series, but that whole end was just very rushed. You know what I mean? Like, you have the half of the book preparing for battle, right? Because they're going against someone very evil. It's the 7th book in the series. I cannot tell you too much about it. They're going against someone very evil. Then within the blink of an eye, it's done. And I'm just like, how's it? Like, I kind of wished a bit more towards the end, but overall, I really love the series, and I think I started it this year. Within 7 months, I finished all the 7 books, and I have 4 of them here. I will buy the other 3 as well. You know, I read that, listened to it on Libby, and if I really like a book that I listen to on Libby, I will buy it, the actual physical copy. What does that tell you? I also had Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm on Libby, and I obviously bought the physical copies too, so I will like that. And Hades will actually come for 2024 release. So we got that one done. I didn't finish a whole prompt, but I did make some progress. You know that. Then I went to the library. I will link the short somewhere. I don't know where, but I will link it. Got 3 books, and this is one of them. So this is Korean Mythology by Jung Hyun-ho. Really thin book, and it's with illustrations by the author, probably. There's one. There's one. So basically all about the Korean mythology, you know, like the gods, the creatures, what they mean, you know, like different parts of Korea have different meanings for the same myths and creatures and whatnot. So I really enjoyed this. It was read thin, and this is an Amazon printed book, right? Sometimes it was a bit hard to read, right? Because let's just say, like, the sentence stops right in the middle and it continues down. Like, it was a bit rough, but I finished this very easy. Like I said, very quick read, 129 pages. So if you're interested in that, get this. I count this for the Heritage Month, for Asian Heritage, and I count this for the subgenre of fantasy that is mythology. There's only 1 book left. So I will show you what it looks like. There's 1 book left that I have to finish for the subgenres, and it is Nevernight by J. Christoph, which I started. I took you with me when I picked it out. You know, this is how I always pick my books randomly. I'm like 100 pages into that, and I'm not really feeling it, but given the fact it's HRCYED, you cannot DNF books. I mean, you can, but they don't count for HRCYED. And given the fact it's the last one that I have to finish, to finish this prompt, I will push through. Maybe it gets good. I don't know. So I finished that one as well. And then last but not least, I finished this yesterday. Carry On by Rimbo Rowell. Now this is... What's the other one? Do I still have it? They get rid of it. Rimbo Rowell wrote Fangirl. And the main character in there is actually writing fan fiction about these two characters, Simon and Bess. There's basically a Harry Potter ripoff, and especially in the beginning, like the first third probably, I was like, man, why am I reading this? It's not boring per se, but just everyone pissed me off. Simon pissed me off, Agatha pissed me off, Penelope even pissed me off sometimes, the mage pissed me off, like, just like, so annoying. And then, once Basil comes in, or Bess, what is that? It's like the second part. Book 2, 150 pages. 150 pages, book 2, where Bess comes in. That's where it starts. Basil is my favorite character in this book, by far. And it was okay. Like, I actually would like that. I would give it like 3.75 stars. Maybe if I'm in a good mood, I would give it 4. But I liked it. It's like a Draco and Harry fanfic, if that makes sense. So I counted this for 2015 and the gay part, you know, like the LGBTQ section. We have the gays done. I already have the book planned for the lesbians. And that's it. So I still need to figure out what book to read for that. This did not cover anything. I mean, obviously Donald Duck is a duck, so I could put it into the animals, but like, it's a comic. It's always such a nice feeling when you get a book and you finish it within the same month. So, and 254 pages, which is not a small book, right? I know that some people that you hook, they focus on one prompt at a time, like, I don't know, like the rainbow. They try to get all of that done, and then they continue with the next one. I just don't. Like, my brain is all over the place, and that is how my reading is and how my books are. So, but yeah, I want to film this just so I can get rid of these books. Well, this I'll put it on the shelf. This I'll put on the shelf. I think I will even keep this one. I think I will keep all of them apart from the library one, because that is going back. I don't know how long this video is. I will read 2 more books, and then I will finish this video. I have 3 books that I'm currently reading. So I have Nightbane, which is the second book in the Scarlet series, which counts for my trilogy. So I have to get that going. It's also from the library, which needs to go back soon, right? Then I have Miss of Avalon, which I have not made any progress on ever since I last talked about it. And I have Nevernight, which, like I said, I'm on page 98. I need to get going with it. So I see you whenever I finish a book, or whenever I have some significant progress. It is now August 2nd. Yes, it has been a while. My July was not that great, to be honest. And I also want to film this on the 1st or on the 31st of July, just to get it up. You know, as like a 1 month recap of HRCYED, but I just didn't. However, that also means that I have a lot of things accumulated here. Well, things, I mean books, right? All of this, and a lot of post-its. That's a lot. So I think I want to show you the new books that I got, because I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm just going to show them to you. So of course I got the new Muskestache book. Number 600. 600. And you know, the comics. It's very rare for a Muskestache book to come out twice a month. We have one in the beginning of July and then one at the end of July. So got this one. I don't know what. I will probably cut it for the gold cover. Then I also got, for the new release for July, I got Not Quite That Yet by Holly Jackson. This is a non-removable sticker. I had nothing more on books than stickers, and this is a non-removable one. It's literally print on the cover. It just will piss me off. But yeah, I haven't read it. I literally got it today. But it's a very big print. Like, this should be easy to go through. There are letters in as well. Can you see? Okay, I haven't read it. I know that a lot of people have read it. Can you tell me why there are so many empty pages in the back? I never understood that about books. Never. Like, they're all empty. Yeah, I know that a lot of people have read this. Maybe because they love Holly Jackson, or because this is a, you know, an anticipated release. I got this, and look, it's already frame. Anyway, so this counts for the July release, and I think for the blue cover. Alright, and then new also, the Illumicrate book, The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Bridget Knightley. Gorgeous. However, there's a plastic cover. I'm not really a fan of that, to be very honest with you. But it looks cute, right? The end pages look very beautiful as well. You can see. I don't know what this is about. Really, I don't Google things, but this could. Is there a beige color in the rainbow thing? Because this might cover. Then I got the Tattoos of Auschwitz. I think that's what's called. It's called the Tätowierer von Auschwitz in German. So I will put it here. This is only me, and this will count for my non-fiction and maybe for the standalone. Right, and then not done yet. I got another book on Libby. I'll put it here. Me and Brain or something like that. Almost sure. This will also count for the non-fiction, and it will count for the ABC challenge. ABC challenge. Like I said, these two are for newbies, so I have to get to them really quickly because people are waiting. Just like I waited. I think for the Auschwitz one, I waited like 8 weeks. I think no wait. I put myself on the wait list 2 weeks or so before HRCYED started because I already knew that a lot of people were waiting in line for the book, and I figured the longer I wait to get my name onto the list, the longer I have to wait to read the book. And now I got 2 books available on Libby. I'm currently reading still Nightbane by Alex Esther, the second book in the Lightlock series, and I'm like 50 pages from the end. Page 358. It has 403 pages, so this little is left to read. Isla, or Isla, like the audiobook narrator says Isla. I would say Isla, I'm not sure. She's so dumb. She's so like, I just know, there's like a triangle going on between Isla, Oro, and Grimm. And Grimm is always pointed as the bad guy, like a demon and whatnot. I have a feeling that Oro is betraying her. I don't know why, but he seems too good to be true, right? And she's literally head over heels for that guy. She would do anything for him. She would even betray her own people because someone was like, well, Oro is the king, right? And they said the king needs to die, and she said absolutely not. And she was like, so you would save them, even though that means that hundreds, thousands of other people died. And she said yes. So, girl, how are you so stupid? I just don't get it. Like, this is my trilogy, right? And the black book, because black. I mean, there's also blue, and what I feel like is black. This is the trilogy one, so I have another book to go after this. And if she's just as dumb in the third book as she is now, then I finished 2 books. So one is here, and then one was the audiobook I got from NetGalley. So that is She's Not Sorry. I forgot who the author is, but I'll put it here. That counted for the purple color for the rainbow and for the ATZ challenge. So I gave that 2 stars because it was just like, first of all, it was boring AF. Second off, it felt like 5 different stories in one and nothing makes sense. Like, there's just too many coincidences going on in that whole story. I know some people love it. I know some people don't love it. I belong to the part that didn't like it, unfortunately. This one, I finished. If it was not for HRCYED, I would have absolutely the end of this 20 pages in, because I just cannot deal with it. The subgenre, this is Never Now by Jake Rosoff. This was for the subgenre. What was the subgenre that I used for? I'm not sure. And for the last 10 years, and that was 2017. Which, spoiler, makes my subgenres look at this. I finished it. I finished another prompt. Like, fully finished it. But like I said, if this was not for HRCYED, I would not have read this book. It was just okay. First off, do you know what I hate in books? Footnotes. Do you know how many footnotes are in this book? A lot. I cannot stand it. That's why I could not read Babel by R.F. Kuang. I was at the pool reading that, and I was thinking to myself more than once, why did I not buy another book? Why did I bring another book to the pool with me? Because it's boring. It's just, if it's like an info dump, I cannot take it. Oh, going back to She's Not Sorry, that was also info dump for me, because the main character, she is an ICU nurse, and it felt like the author read something about, like she was working with a coma patient. And it felt like the author read something about that, and then just give you all the information that you can possibly get, like the whole Wikipedia page, you know what I mean? The main character in here is 16 years old, and guess what Jake Christoph did her? Gave her a book job. At the ripe age of 16, of course. I just did not like this book. I'm going to be very honest with you, I skimmed quite a lot of pages. Technically, it doesn't really count as reading, and I even, also, again, very honest with you, in Fable, I put it at DNF, because it did not feel fair for me to say, oh yeah, I read this book when I skimmed most of the pages. I still got the major plots of it, but man, it just dragged on for too long. Like, she's trying to get to the school that Mercurio, her former teacher, told her to go to. It takes like roughly 100 pages until she gets there, and I'm just like, man, I just can't. I feel like he tried so hard to be like an epic. I think that's what the subgenre was, epic fantasy, wasn't it? I'm not sure. He tried so hard to be a George R.R. Martin or Tolkien or Brandon Sanderson, whatever, that it was like, no, I did not like this book at all. And I will not continue with the series, of course. I tried the audiobook. I just, no. Because, you obviously in the audiobook you also have the footnotes being read, and I do not like footnotes. I do not. So this is going. I will probably put it on my Vinted, and if anyone wants it, I hope they have more fun than me. So that was it. That was everything. That was the first month of HRCYED. I think the Dijon one is the only fully prompted I've finished. And coincidentally, that is right next to the readathon, which I also finished. I have 2 prompts done fully, and then the rest I'm working on. Except I have 50 pages of this left. I'll probably finish this today. And then I don't know. I will probably go for my 2 Libby books. I think the Me and Brain is like 6 hours long, so that is doable. Come on, I have the Libby on my phone, I can tell you. The Auschwitz one is by Heather Morris. That is 7 hours long. And it's the true story of Lale Sokolov, and the other one is 6 hours. If I really commit to that, I can do it in 2 days, and I have 2 books done. Because now my total for the books I'm allowed to buy is -1, because I just got the Tattooist today, and I have not finished the book yet, which will be this one. I didn't know there was a true story, so maybe I could put that into biographies and not into the standalone. Overall, that's like 13 hours of audiobook. These 2 combined, that's like one normal novel. Should be doable. So yeah, I'm happy that I got all the books out of the way, and that I can, clean up my desk here, and then I can continue to read. Now that I know that the tattoo is only like 7 hours long, that makes me a bit happy. You know what I mean? Like I was preparing myself mentally for like a 12-hour book about Auschwitz and the genocide and Hitler and Nazis, and I don't know if I can handle that for 12 hours. So I'm happy that it's only 7 hours. In my brain, that's just more doable. And then, speaking of brain, I will get to the other one, so I can finish that book and then give it to the other people that are waiting. Anyways, long story short, this is the update. I got 2 prompts done in HRCYED for the HRCYED challenge. I feel like these were the most easy ones. I still have not even thought about the quote. I think I will do the BTS one. You can't stop me loving myself. 6 books, but they all need to have, that word in. These are all the books I've read. I haven't read The Two Towers and Return of the King, but there's no word in that I can use for that quote. That is, again, as I always like to say, there's a problem for future me. That's not a problem for now. So, I hope you enjoyed this update. Let me know how your first month of HRCYED went, if you're participating in the challenge, or just let me know what you've read. I don't know how long I will take in between updates now. Maybe I'll do it every week or every 2 weeks. I don't know. But I'll see you in my next video.